All right, let's talk about some of these bowl games we got coming up in college football. 5 games that I would keep an eye on at the current prices that I like right now. Let's start with the Stat DNA Cure Bowl out in Orlando. Old Dominion and South Florida. I like this ODU team a lot. I'd take them plus 6.5, and I'd look at some ODU money line in the game as well. USF's one of these teams that I'm looking to fade during bowl season, where their head coach, Alex Golesh, left. He's off to Auburn. This is a team that for much of the year had college football playoff aspirations, right? They had that big upset against Florida. Then they had that big win against North Texas in the middle of the season. The college football playoff rankings came out. They're the first group of 5 team up there. Then they have the crushing loss to Memphis. Then they lose again to Navy, and their season's over. So how much more does USF really have in the tank? How motivated are they? Meanwhile, Old Dominion is the second best team in the Sun Belt behind JMU. I really like their team a lot. I like their quarterback a lot, Matt Josephs, who is going to be out in this game, but their running game is very good and their defense is very good as well. So I like ODU plus 6.5 against South Florida. 68 Ventures Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. I'm going to take Delaware plus the 3.5 against Louisiana. Louisiana down the stretch was very good. They won 4 straight games. They were 2-6, got to 6-6 to make them bowl eligible. But in 3 of those 4 wins, they won by 4 points or fewer. They're laying 3.5 points here against the Delaware team, who I'm a big fan of. I like their quarterback. I like their offense. They've been a great surprise this season in their first year of FBS football. Think 3.5 is too many. I'll take the Blue Hens plus the points against Louisiana. Then in the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl, we got Western Kentucky and Southern Miss out in Boca Raton. Western Kentucky's laying 4 against Southern Miss, total 55.5. Charles Huff, the head coach for Southern Miss, is leaving to take the job at Memphis. So you have one of these situations where players are going to opt out. Coaches are going to move on. How much motivation is there for this SMU team? Western Kentucky, meanwhile, been a very competitive team this season. Their quarterback got hurt with 5 games left to go in the season, but their offensive production really hasn't dropped too much. And for me, very encouraging sign heading into this game. Western Kentucky, their final 2 games of the season, they played at LSU and at Jacksonville State, who made it to the Conference USA Championship game. They lost by 3 in both of those games, in Baton Rouge and in Jacksonville against Jacksonville State. So Western Kentucky played well down the stretch to end the season. I think 4 is too small. I think this thing closes closer to a touchdown, so I'll lay the 4 with the Hilltoppers. Then we got the Valero Alamo Bowl in San Antonio between USC and TCU. Trojans are laying 6.5. Total in the game is 50.5. I mean, if you're giving me a competent underdog with a good quarterback in TCU, plus the points against a Lincoln Riley team who's playing out of the state of California, I'm going to take that every single time. Now, Lincoln Riley and USC have actually been pretty good in these bowl games the last couple of years, but they've been underdogs and nobody has really given them a chance in either of these games. Now they're a favorite. We're expecting things of them. And this TCU team can play, man. Josh Hoover's a solid quarterback. Their defense is underrated. And I've just liked them all year. I think 6.5 is too many points. I think this should be closer to like 3.5, to be honest with you. So I'll take the 6.5 with TCU. And then finally, we got the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl between Arizona State and Duke in El Paso. ASU is a 1.5 point dog against Duke. And I'm all about Arizona State in this game against the Blue Devils. We were all over Duke in the ACC championship game against Virginia, and I told you guys, Duke is an easy team to bet. When nobody wants them and they're an underdog, that's when Manny Diaz's boys show up and play well. But when Duke is a favorite, or Duke is in one of these like funny, tricky point spreads, one of these trap point spreads, that's when they don't show up. You're getting the better coach here with Kenny Dillingham. You're getting a more motivated team, I would assume, with ASU. Duke won the ACC championship. I still think they're living off that. They're feeling good. They won their Super Bowl. They don't care about this game. ASU looking to close the season strong. They got a lot of returning production off that team that won the Big 12 last year. I think they want to go out the right way. I think they close as a favorite in this game. I'll take ASU plus 1.5 against Duke with the total in that game at 49.